Hi folks, Dino Bob here. We're back in Mekele Station after all this week, adding the Edmontosaurus range, which extends what we were doing with Parasaurolophus last video. We're starting here at the back end of that pavilion, and looking to the right you can see there have been some changes. A elevated walkway over the path and another building on the right there. So we're going to go up the stairs to the old, not that old, but old pavilion. And we're going to go, we're going to tumble over our tongues. We're going to go around to the right, and you can see what is visible on the inside here of that elevated walkway. And we're going to head across it and take a look at where we can see things back toward the Acrocanthosaurus viewing on this side, and down the trail to the center of the park, and on the other side the trail deeper into where we're going today, and the other edge of the other pavilion, which we're about to move into. Where this building is situated, it still has a central open area with a tree, although not quite as mature a one as the other pavilion. And on the left, because of the situation area, we actually managed an overlook into the Acrocanthosaurus back range of the habitat. If you don't remember what that means, you can drop back and see the Mekele Station video on Acrocanthosaurus build. I'm spending a little time looking at the rock wall there because not just the babies in the background, but one of the adults was down right by that wall just before I started the video, and I think it may be there still, judging from the sound I can hear. Anyway, there is a sign there for the Acrocanthosaurus, but the purpose of this pavilion is actually to look at the new habitat, which is for Edmontosaurus annectens. The same theming as the other Hadrosaur pavilion. There's one of our juveniles there. As usual, I've started the animals smaller to save money, and we'll borrow that binoculars to get a closer look. We have staff moving in the habitat, and our animals. That slightly larger one, I believe, is the male. He hasn't quite shown his male colors yet. But I assume that will be coming along as it should. This is a rather long habitat, and there are the other three, all the same size, which I think are the females, including one doing a little bipedal run. Anyway, you can see how deep the habitat is along there, and part of that is the space need these animals have, and part of it is the larger than minimal space need habitats I've been building for this park. We're going to head down on to the path at the far side there. There is a wheelchair a lift right there at the stairs. We're backing up a little bit so you can see the connector and the pavilion. And the animal silhouette. You may have noticed when we looked back along the path, there was a Parasaurolophus one near the entrance of the other pavilion, and there is an Edmontosaur here. We're moving along this long path. There's a slight turnout here for another viewpoint into the habitat near this water feature, where at least one dinosaur is hanging out. And there is a much larger turnout a little bit further along the path, with even more viewpoints into the habitat, which we're going to be heading for shortly. You can see there's some barriers here and this rock feature, and that's part of what's coming. This habitat is the first in a new area for the park. Ahead of us you can see a building, and this is the turnout I was speaking of. Quite long, in a less wooded part of this structure, and off in the distance, if we grab this telescope, we look and we can see the Care building, and that's where the Speedbill is coming today, a little bit momentarily. And I started the speed build with laying out where the staff will be working with it. You can see that T-shape of concrete and a little bit of wire fence there, and putting in these columns sort of to define the staff area of the building. The next step was to work out the size of the building, which I ended up changing, as you'll see, about the length of it and then the height of it. So this is a little bit taller than 4 meters, so all those posts needed to be adjusted, and that became the new standard for what I was doing with the building. And you can see the spacing there told me I needed to make the wall a little bit longer, and then putting in this these sort of venting bars to create a single wall, which I duplicated. I don't know what happened with the blackout there, but oh well. I duplicate the walls to get the rest of the main building, and then take out an area for a passageway for the animals, and do the necessary adjustments for the wood portions, and add a support over the entrance so that the stone had something to sit on. And then finish out the fencing and adjust the extant fencing so that the animals remain contained throughout the whole change to this process. And then finally put in wall for the staff area. You'll notice there's a tree right next to that, and that's going to get moved in the future because this end of the building is left open at this stage. Again, that's planning for the future. Put the roof in. I wanted to do the live roof to help it blend into the background of the habitat from that big viewing point. Sorry, my throat's getting a little dry today, so bear with me. Gave them a glass roof over their portion, and then had to do a lot of clean out of the vegetation, moving it around, because those animals would stomp that all down going back and forth. So we're back on the path now and going around to take a look at that building, which is a duplication of a building, actually 2 buildings, that restroom one in the distance there, and this shop and food station one from another portion of the park, but all with the walls and roof styles changed to more suit this area of the park. Much faster than building a whole new one from scratch. And there's the aerial view to give you a look at how things are situated and a sense of the size of this habitat. It's quite large. So we'll have a little bit of animal time before closing down on the video today. Taking a look at our 4 Edmontosaurs as they wander through the dusk, because it's getting to be the end of the day in the park. And things are getting dark. They're moving along, having a peaceful time in the habitat. So thanks for stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, liking and commenting can help the channel. And if you haven't subscribed already, that's something I'd appreciate you thinking about doing. So the animals have been behaving nicely in this habitat, working somewhat loose grouping. The females seem to stay together better than the male staying with them, but he's often not far away. And they do tend to react when he calls, which is all very neat. But like I said, near the end of the day, and one of the last shots we'll get is the male setting up for a call, which I think I'm headed for shortly. No, that's another one. He's off to the side. Anyway, there it is. A little bit of dusk silhouette of our animal calling. And that's pretty much it. Be kind to each other and stay safe out there. Dino Bob signing off for this week. Next week it will be Arborea. Bye now.